I saw what it said. Yeah, I saw what it said. It said 5 people waiting. Y'all been patiently waiting for a beat to explode, Dome. Man. All right, y'all, let's get it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Santee said, man, never been so wrong. What do you say, Santee? Santee, refresh my memory. Quabna Fields in the building. Robert Taylor in the building. RL, my dude. Like dog in the house. He loved the shirt. Darian Ford in the house. Where everybody at? Let's get everybody in here. Remember to wipe your feet. What are y'all doing, man? Now y'all don't even wipe your feet before you come in the house. Y'all rude. Wipe your feet. Hit the thumbs up button, man. Take your shoes off. It's a super chat, but wipe your feet at the very least. Hit the thumbs up button so we can find more people out there who may be real football heads and not like the people we've been finding lately. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Same 3 plays over and over, says CJ. CJ, where you been? Quentin Miller in the house. Santee, I thought the Dogs would blow them out and get the tight ends involved. Santee need to start listening to his boy Murph. What happened, right? So people are going to poo-poo on this game and this and that and what, but this is my honest and true feelings. I'm being about it. If you watch the stream on Friday or Thursday or whatever that morning stream was where I did the predictions, I went into that show, no, honest to God, I was going to pick Texas A&M, and I even said it on the thing. I changed my mind right then and there in that moment to say, you know what? I think Georgia may pull it out. I honestly didn't see much separation between Georgia and Texas A&M. I told you guys I was going to super lab that game because Texas A&M is a team that I'm super interested in as being a potential primary cover. That's because I don't know anything about Texas. I don't know nothing about their media, anything. I feel like it's some shit that I could go into and straight kill it. So just watching them, I watched 5 of their games, 5 complete games. I labbed it hard. My eyes was like for real. And I just think that they're very similar teams, and I think that where there's strengths for one of these teams, the other team may have a weakness, but I still think there's enough strengths on either team that it just goes. You know what I'm saying? It's just when you put it all together, I think they're pretty even teams. I think that A&M have been playing his best ball now. Maybe whatever was going on at the beginning of the year has had a pretty tough schedule. I just felt like it was a very, like, if it could have played now, these teams that they played back then, I think that Texas A&M could beat Auburn now. I'm not sure if they could beat Alabama now or whatever like that, but I think it could be Auburn. I just think it was a more dangerous team than people were giving it credit for. So I think it's a great win by Georgia. I ultimately did pick Georgia, but I went into it, no joke, picking Texas A&M. That whole week, I was like, man, this is a team that would give them fits, and I felt like that. So, but with that being said, I got to, oh no, somebody was community P out here. Got that community P. Community P, baby. All right, so here we go. All right, so give me you guys' raw thoughts right here. Happy to see Swift get into Fromm's ass about that bad check. I'm not sure if it was a bad check, man. I'm not sure that was, I think that he adjusted to protect the protection and Fromm wanted him to go a certain place where it was going. And you see that Swift tried to, it looked like he was going to try to bounce it to the outside. And he looked like he was saying, man, hit it up right there where I adjusted the protection at. That's what I saw right there. You can see where Fromm was pointing with his hand. He's like, why didn't you hit it right there? Rain 2, Fromm 0. Fromm seeing ghosts. All right, man. So, like I said before, I'm the most unbiased person you'll ever meet in your life when it comes to being behind this microphone or it comes to being in sports. I got to be straight truth with it. As much as I love the General Jake Fromm, not sure if he deserves to be called a general anymore. He just does not have it right now, right? Whether it be whatever circumstances it may be, it's going to always fall upon him. He's your junior quarterback. He was your potential first-round draft pick. I don't think, can lead Georgia to a national championship. So now, can he detract from it? I don't think he'll take away from it, but I think there's just times where you will want Jake Fromm to step up and I guess elevate people. Maybe these people can't be elevated or whatever like that. But if I'm going to take a 50-foot approach to it, I'm going to say I'm going to have to be real about it. As much as I don't want to be real about it because I really do like him, I feel it's unfair on this kid most of the time that people get on him. And it's like one of those things. If you say something enough, then eventually it'll become true, right? He's not playing his best ball this year, not at all. So true enough, the top 5 or 6 targets are all different from last year. But man, some of this stuff is just like, the hell is going on? But we blame it on the rain, right? Who had the song "Blame It on the Rain"? Maybe we'll do that. It is what it is. But hey, there you go. There's my unbiased opinion. Got to capitalize on gifted field position. Also put 6 up instead of 3. That's true. That's true. Aaron Pennington's wiping his feet again. No doubt, Jay Lee. I appreciate that. Let's get the thumbs up going, baby. A lot of people in the post-game show. Let's get it. Let's get these post-game reactions. Thank you to everyone who's a member. If you're not a member of this channel, please make sure you do that. Support the content, man. You guys, at the very least, you can see that I put my heart and soul into this content to give you the best unbiased content there is out there, and getting on them haters and shaking them off and everything like that. So support the content. Hit that join. At the very least, you can hit it up with $4.99 on the $4.99 subscription and just support the channel. Also, I've purchased the Blog Talk Radio for the live call-in show, and I think I'm just going to do a little bit of this post-game show. Then I want to get to the Blog Talk Radio. So if you guys aren't in that particular tier, you're not going to hear me tonight. But I want to get my group me people, and I want to hear these boys really give their kind of undivided attention to a subject and be able to talk for a lot longer than they would just in the comment right here. So hopefully you guys join me for that. Tony B, what up? Tony B said he's finally able to join. Let's go. What'd you have to do, Tony B? Did you get on a desktop? John Allen's takes are trash. If his takes are trash, you have that wrench right by you, Quinn. Won't you just get him up out of here? Stephen Lowry, what up? Fromm will be better. He always bounces back. I love Fromm. Nobody's a bigger supporter than Jake Fromm than me, right? Not one. Not one, but I gotta call it like I see it. I would not be fair in my analysis if I didn't right now. I believe he'll bounce back, but he's had some super suspect games. Use the link you provided on the iPhone. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Fromm is no general, maybe a Gomer Pyle. Pretty good name there. Yo, Murph, you've been taking licks for Fromm. You're right. It is what it is, man. Fromm will be fine. He definitely messed up some stuff today. He did. He made some good throws too, though. So we can't be, you know what I'm saying? Some people let him down. He had some drop passes and everything as well. Why am I glad to see Swift getting his ass? Why did Swift? You don't even know what's going on. People just love the fact that they don't like Jake Fromm and something happened between him and a player that they do like. If you look at it and where Jake Fromm was pointing to, he was saying, why didn't you run right there? Obviously, it was a bad run. So he was saying, I called the protection right here. You ran over there where the protection wasn't adjusted to. What are we doing here? But obviously, I don't want to talk about Jake Fromm no more. No more Jake Fromm. Let's talk about something else, man. No more Jake Fromm. I'll talk about Kellen Mond. I hate when people, you know what I'm saying, people try to stockpile on somebody and just because they don't like him, anything that happens or whatever is going to be his fault and this and that. That shit gets annoying. Like, come on. Let's talk about some of the Georgia defense, though. All right, let's talk about the defense. Look at some of the young players stepping up. Same cast of characters. Y'all see the bully? The bully was out there doing his thing, man, bullying people. The people going to be talking about the holding and everything. But, man, he's within the 5-yard. He's mastered it, right? Within that 5-yard war zone, he's battling and everything like that. And you go to make your outbreak and turn, or you're in your transition phase of your route, he's letting go. And he's breaking up the pass, baby. The bully up there balling. Richard LeCounte. Let's give me your Richard LeCounte takes. He had some really good plays, but I think it was apropos for what I believe Richard LeCounte is, right? Even on the play where he stripped the ball, great play. He gave up a first down. If he hadn't have stripped that ball, what would that have been? Would that have been a play you'd be like, wow, that was pretty smart. He didn't strip the ball. Instead of going for the tackle and try to get the guy short the line of game, he tried to strip the ball. Thank God he stripped the ball. If you're a Georgia fan, right? Other than that, you'd have been mad in the mug, right? Richard don't read keys. They're only gonna look at what he did right, though. Santee. Kellen Mond ate our ass up, they say. Kellen Mond was eating everybody up. I hate to break it to you. He was doing the same thing to just about everyone. And some of these teams with some really good defenses, I'm like, damn, USCE, he tore USCE up. They tore USC up, period. A&M got away from that 2-back set. Why is everybody talking about the 2-back set? I swear to God, people will go talking about that. Dude, no. I'll do anything for people to come with their own takes in football when they talk to me at the very least. Stop repeating what you hear other people say. That's why you end up sounding goofy. They did the 2-back sets how many times? Really? If you go look at all the games that they played, if you really sit down and lab it like I did, the 2-back set was used. They had some key touchdowns on it or some notable touchdowns, but it wasn't something that they just always do. He likes to work with the tight ends. Pause. Can this offense get fixed before LSU, Murph? The LSU may actually fix the offense. So do not equate what A&M can do on defense with what LSU can do on defense. Two totally different defense. A&M's defense is way better than LSU's. That's what I thought. When I did what was my score prediction, it was almost pretty much right on the money, right? If you go back and look at it, I thought A&M would have really good defensive success against Georgia. I think Georgia could have enough to where they could put up. You see, it was 19 against Texas A&M. At the very least, if they nickel and dime you field goals and all this like that, they can get up 24 points or maybe even 30 against LSU. LSU's defense is not that good. But you can't be relying on stuff like that because LSU, you never know what might happen to your defense against LSU's offense. You still got to score points. A&M got silent linebackers. Won't you watch Murph's breakdowns of this stuff, bro? I sat there and talked about these guys like you wouldn't believe. I told you, I really do believe in what they're doing at A&M, and that could be the team of the future. I always love the way I like the way his team is constructed and what it's building even better than when I really like what LSU. It doesn't seem to be more. It's not really anything built on gimmicks. So what happens if Joe Burrow leaves? Can you find the next guy who can be as good as Joe Burrow? Suppose it doesn't. You don't have that guy. Is it going to be as impactful? Where's Cager? I think they just gave you your Cager thing. Dawes O-line got their ass whooped tonight, says Caleb. I told you, Matabuke and them dudes, they don't play. They bend Jimbo builds the line of scrimmage. Jimbo is a better coach than Coach Smart and pretty much everybody not named Nick Saban in the SEC. He's doing it right. I hope they're patient with him, right? 4 losses, but if you really look at those 4 losses, that's one of those teams next year, and those are a lot of young players they got. That's the team next year I could very much see them beating LSU, Alabama, and all those teams on the schedule. A&M is coming. Damn, Jay. Man. Jay, we just literally had Caleb mad to the mug. Oh, where's Las Vegas at? Hey, Jay, you just timed out Caleb. He was angry than a mug about getting timed out before. He's not going to be too happy. How did Mark Webb look tonight? He looks like he can't stop anything if it has to do with one-on-one coverage. I like to see him push down. All right, shout outs to Georgia for this. Eric Stokes obviously apparently injured, right? DJ Daniel and Eric Tyson Campbell on the outside, right? Looking like 2020, looking like the 2020 defense, and pretty much doing a very good job. I think at the end, once again, Georgia got a little soft, right? Started playing some cover 2 and stuff that they weren't necessarily doing before the game. And I think it may have bit them in the ass a little bit, right? They started to get tight. Everybody in the group chat was getting tight. You know, they didn't want to text and stuff anymore. I hate when people get tight on some shit. Like, come on, fam. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep it moving. But Kirby Smart wasn't doing what he was doing and keeping it moving. Neither was the group chat. So Smart in 706. Another defensive game. Takeaways from each team. Go Dogs. Takeaways from each team. Very confused. Besides what I've already said about both teams. Oh, you meant the hottest mustards because he cussed? Okay, got you. I'm not sure what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate? You want me to have more another take than what I've already said about both teams? Watching UGA's offense struggle hurts because they killed Florida's defense. Wish Grantham would stop with that trash zone. Yes, if you can play man-to-man work, okay, improvements. If you can play man-to-man like Texas A&M's trying to do it, you can definitely have some success right there. Improvements for both teams. I still got to get better play calling out of UGA. You got to get better play from your quarterback. Offensive line, I think, needs to play good against teams that have good interior defensive linemen like Justin Matabuke and Bobby Brown. But all of that stuff's on the defense side of the ball. Improvements, 0. Defense side of the ball is lit like you wouldn't believe. Defense side of the ball is 2012 Alabama. Offensive side of the ball is 2012 Alabama. Kirby Smart still in 2012 Alabama mode. Only got a few seconds. Sounds good as usual, Todd Billing. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you. This defense is so ridiculously good. It is great. I love watching that defense. One of my favorite things, straight up. I can't escape the Fromm pile on. What you mean? Who's the piling on Fromm? I don't want to talk about Jake Fromm anymore. George Pickens has a chance to be a future star. I think he will be a future star. So does my boy 9 to 5. He's just a hard worker, working hard overtime. Dominic Blaylock, call him 9 to 5, baby. He just checks in and works. Born as I don't know what, no charisma or anything like that. He's just out there working, doing his job. 9 to 5. I love that boy Dominic Blaylock. McCarron looked better than Fromm do now, though. Yeah, we can say that for sure. But it's still the same shit. He looked better, but it wasn't like he's out there looking like some of these quarterbacks are looking now. Was AJ McCarron out there looking like Joe Burrow? Jimbo's building something dangerous. I'm trying to tell y'all. D-line was lights out. Starters and backup was beasting. All right, so give me some guys that you guys liked in this particular game that people won't talk about. Give me some unsung hero type cats. Both sides of the equation, A&M and Georgia. Tyler Clark, that's a good one, Quentin. Don't ask me about the SEC championship game. Obviously, I'm going to have to talk about that ad nauseum. Why talk about it now? Devontae Wyatt, he be coming on hard. Devontae Wyatt is hard. Monty Rice is hard. Jordan Davis is hard. The bully is hard. A&M tight end, like I said before the game, I said, world, introduce yourself to a guy who I think is very much Kyle Pitts. That's Jalen Wademeyer. You see that he's hard. Carmada, punter. Yeah, I don't know. Talk about kickers and stuff, bro. You might as well, you know what I'm saying? Tell me you want a sword fight or something like that before I start talking about kickers. Tyler Simmons finally got a catch. That's embarrassing. We had to talk about one catch. Bobby Brown is hard. Buddy Johnson is hard. Leon O'Neal is hard. Trayvon Walker is hard. I was so happy to see somebody get in the front, Jake Fromm, even though they're talking about a run call. You acting like he was talking to him about a damn pass play or something like that. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm discussing with Ty Simmons still. JRE is hard. The bully put Wademeyer on autopilot. Huh? I'm confused. He did. He hit Jalen Wademeyer and made him go on autopilot. I remember Swift put somebody on autonomous driver. He was still driving, but he wasn't necessarily working the wheel. Kobe Dean did good. Number 52 for Georgia. Yep, that's Tyler Clark. He's hard. Hey, bro, I can't control them timing you out, Caleb. I know you want to blame me for everybody gonna blame me for everything. I give them complete autonomy to do what they feel they need to do to keep the chat moving along or whatever like that. So we're all on the same. Ask whoever's timing you out or whatever like that. Holler at them on the Patreon site, bro. I apologize though if you feel you're getting timed out unfairly, being as though you're a member of the site and everything like that. But they have specific rules that they want to abide by, right? Can't say the same thing over and over. Can't cheerlead and stuff like that. Santee said it wasn't him. Jay Duval said Swift put O'Neal on autonomous driver. O'Neal was operating that car though. He just didn't have the mental capacity to do it himself. The car was driving. He was asleep. Didn't see Landers. That's hard. Caleb, I meant to hide you, member or not. You can't cuss. Dang. Jay was going to hide. He was going to block you. Is Cager as important as he seems when he's not playing? I think he's important to this particular team because I think there's a dearth of talent that you can call on right now. So, hide the message. Okay, gotcha. They don't want you cussing, Caleb. Just don't cuss. And then you know what I'm saying? And you'd be good. Harrion making key plays himself. Bro, everybody cusses. Everybody does cuss or whatever like that. But guess what? When they put this, guess what you're doing to me, right? Now, if I want to demonetize myself, that's on me. When you cuss and they see this and it goes through their system, you're demonetizing me. As a Florida fan, I think I'm just as ready for Fromm to leave as you are. That's pretty good, bro. Exactly. Think about this. If you cuss, they literally have to let it go through. So for the first and foremost, YouTube does not want you cussing because it doesn't automatically go through. They have to let it through. We miss Kate Mays today. Mm. Yeah, I think Fromm is using Cager as a scapegoat. Fromm is using Cager as a scapegoat. What? So Jake Fromm came out and was like, I can't do good because Lawrence Cager's not here. I'm ready to get to this live call-in show, man. This shit right here is lame. Kamar to help with field position. That's dope. I still don't really want to talk about kickers. Punters are straight. I'm good with punters. I don't kickers and stuff like that. That's above my pay grade. The receiving core for A&M is underrated. I tried to tell you. Dope ass tight end, 3 or 4 dope receivers. The number 17 kid, he got hurt. He's still dope. Why? Hot Rod won that game for us. He kicked some field goals, bro. What won the game for you is your ability to be first and foremost get down there to where he could kick. If he could win the game, he could win the game for you. Tell him to kick a 100-yard field goal. Then we could talk. Anybody ever seen a 100-yard field goal? Still gotta give respect to what the offense does to get him in position to what he can do his thing. He literally has one job. These guys have multiple jobs. I don't know why people are going to continue to do this. I done told you 50 million times. I never even talked to a kicker I played ball. Not even once. I always thought they was funny style with it. So that's y'all. Y'all can care about kickers and stuff. I don't care. If y'all do, that's y'all. That's cool. I care about what goes on for the guys who have to put in some actual work and don't get a chance to just do one job. They don't have just one job, the guys who play the first 22. Swift relax old buddy on that second. Bro, he relaxed somebody so hard, I swear that dude had to have torn a knee ligament. You see, it looked like something popped on it when he relaxed him and then spun back and went and took it. Not gonna lie, Swift be dancing a little bit though, and I think that's why Fromm got mad. Why doesn't UGA use the tight ends more? Like, bro, name the tight ends. You acting like they're throwing to Jalen Wademeyer and Kyle Pitts out there. You're talking about Charlie Werner and Eli Wolf or somebody. They're not throwing to some primary tight ends. They've thrown to these guys and they've literally just dropped passes and all kinds of stuff. Give them somebody to work with, some dope ass tight end to work with. Then maybe we could say that. But like, you're gonna be relying. Those are the guys you're relying on. Swift got some P Diddy in him. We already know Swift is a dancer, but he can dance. P-Ron can't dance. You know what I'm saying? Swift can dance. That's what he does. That's what makes him DeAndre Swift. He can dance and go full speed with it and break it down like that. P-Ron's just dancing for no reason. No depth, no ball skill by UGA tight ends. LeCount not going for all the kill shots, trying to play the ball. Fromm only throws go routes and back shoulder throws. Fromm only throws go routes and back shoulder throws. Sam Carter in the house. How about Swift spinning, putting Buddy to sleep? Yeah, he did, man. He put him on autonomous driver and hit him with the muscle relaxer. Dude's gonna sleep good tonight. We'll for sure. It was a nice rainy night too. Maybe they stay in the hotel tonight. It rained a little bit. He'll be sleeping real good. Do you think Swift can edge his way into the first round? Why do he need to edge his way into the first round? He's a first round talent for sure. There's nothing he can't do out on that football field. Swift is just a great football player in general, right? To me, what makes DeAndre Swift is a lot of the shit he does when the ball's not even in his hand. His blocking is fantastic. Route running is fantastic. Promising young core for UGA. Definitely. All right, where we at? From money throws are phase and out routes. For sure. Swift is a bad man. OG Friend says his hands are crazy too, for sure. Oh, somebody getting timed out? Was he cheerleading or something? Talk about injuries? Nah, man. Everybody's team does it. Why are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk about it every game. If everybody's just doing it, then everybody's just doing it. Oh, you repeated the same question? Don't repeat the same question, bro. Pickens will have a breakout season next year. Says Bleak Mode. So glad not to see Landers on the field hit the portal ASAP. Dang, that's bad. Don't ask me if you know what I'm saying, if it's your first time clicking on, you saw a live stream or whatever like that. I just want to look people out there. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing that in this moment right now. Who cares about who's taking it all and all this? We got a lot of ball to be played. They didn't play no conference championships or nothing yet. Like, what are we talking about here? Let's talk about what's in the moment. Everybody always wants to look ahead because they don't actually like the sport of football. That's what I think. If you really love the sport, you would live in the moment. It's such a short sport, right? We've been waiting like 100 months for this shit to come. Now I feel like it's almost over, and cats still looking ahead. I remember in February, I was like, man, it's gonna be a long ass off season. To wait like 8 months, and this dude looking ahead, and we only feel like they've been playing football like a month. O'Neal is the truth, man. I had somebody from his family contact me and was trying to get me to do some stuff on him. I was like, man, I like Leon O'Neal. You acting like I already know about Leon O'Neal. He's the truth. Why you want me to, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I just don't cover Texas A&M. Well, I'm gonna do something on him. Man, we be waiting forever for the season start. I know, we'll be waiting forever. So why do people like to look ahead? I love Leon O'Neal, man. I'm telling you, that dude was bringing it, man. He will bring everything he's got out there on that field. We look like Tampa Bay when they won the Super Bowl, all D. Got to give credit to the running game, though, right? So maybe the passing game isn't up to snuff, but I think the running game can do some stuff to help out the offense as well. They're still one of the best run games in the country because it has some of the best run talent as a whole in the country. When you take into account the offensive line, right? Got a little depth to that offensive line as well, and then of course the running back core. Give me the carries for Zamir White. So this I know y'all guys be going off that woody. Swan, I think Fromm adjusted the protection on him, and he didn't get the memo, and he went the wrong way on a carry, and Fromm put it to where it put the ball in the belly of the beast, and he wasn't there. How many carries for him after that? Exactly. But let's just blame Drake Fromm for everything. You saw 4 carries for Zamir White. Who on that woody? What's up, James? Swift won the game with his elusiveness and vision. I don't know about Swift winning the game because, you know, they play 3 it's defense, special teams, and offense. Not one player can win a game. But hey, man, you're able to see. No, I'm not saying Zamir White is a bust, not by any stretch of imagination. I was just asking you because people are talking about who said it was 4 carries? I was where is this 4 carry stuff from? J Dub back, he riding from H-Town from Dallas. I didn't know you were in H-Town, bro. Those are my 2 cities, H-Town and Dallas. I ain't never been there, but I feel like they're my cities. Jameer didn't have a single carry. That's because he messed up, right? So if he would have got mad at Jake Fromm in that situation, people were like, I'm glad to see someone get on Jake Fromm, even though he clearly messed up and they pulled his ass out the game and didn't let him carry the ball anymore. Did the way UGA got picked apart in the second half by Mon make you nervous about Burrow? No, because they started doing that goofy shit again, playing too much zone. So not necessarily. I'm not sure they got picked apart. Like picked apart would be like going all the way down the field. You guys put too much emphasis on shit that happens between the 20s. Red zone defense, you know, they're not going to get soft in the red zone. They may let you go down to the 20 or whatever like that. You get in the red zone, there's a whole nother story, and you don't score, and you have to kick a field goal. So what does it matter? You can give up 500, 600, 700 yards or whatever like that between the 20s. What does it matter if you can't score? Hurst got hurt, wasn't in the game. No, he wasn't, man. They was out there. I told you before, it was DJ Daniel and Tyson Campbell. Please don't come in here asking me about Justin Fields either. People keep asking the same damn questions all the time. Like, what did you see about Justin? Because he can run the ball. Does it look like he could run a pro-style offense? He's playing in a freaking offense where they're giving him half-field progressions, right? He gets to go through two progressions at the most, and if that first one isn't there, he's going to jet. So different style of offense. Way different style of offense. He's throwing a wide open receivers, and these guys are actually very talented receivers right now. They're all veterans and stuff that he's throwing to. Way different setup. So no, I don't think that anything like that. But don't ask me no more field shit. That's for casual fan. That's that casual fan shit. Who cares? This shit is done. Like, let's talk about what's going on right now. Why are we still talking about that? Y'all dudes be the type of dudes who be, you know what I'm saying? You get one chick who said, you know what I'm saying? We'll be like, well, suppose I got that girl's number at the club. She said hello to me. Like, let it go. Go get on some other chicks. Devon Wilson is still seeing the field too much over the bully. I can agree. J.K. Dobbins was a workhorse today. He was doing his thing, man. J.K. Dobbins out there balling. Mac Jones at Alabama was ready today. They played Western Carolina. Why are you even bringing that up? Media loves to give Fromm excuses for playing in the rain. Everyone has played in the damn rain. Yeah, but how did they do in the rain? And why are we still talking about that? You got shit else to talk about besides Jake Fromm, bro? He's making more than one or two progressions, bro. I know, right? You know, I just do these film studies and stuff, right? And you're on my shit talking to me. I'm not on your shit, bro. You're on my shit. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. He's not doing more than I have freaking people that I trust in this business, right? Not your little grimy ass in a comment section of some random YouTube video. People who coaches all around the country would call up and would hit me up like, dude, they're playing youth ball. So what are we talking about here, bro? Like, come on, relax. Do you want to? What is it? I forget what I had a good saying for that shit. Something over emotion, logic or emotion. What are we doing? I wish they would switch up these press bell techniques and stay in their back pedal sometime. I can hear you. I definitely can hear you on that. Can Tyson Campbell eventually be a first rounder? I think he has all the tools to be a first rounder, man. You 6'3", running a 10-3, 100 meter or whatever like that. I definitely. But we got to see him. We got to see him against good competition, defending the ball downfield and everything like that, right? So that's been his Achilles heel. We'll see. Dang it, man's back. I'm 58 with bad knees, and I was ready today. Let's get it, dang it, man. Got to get you to put some ice on them knees, though, bro. Steven should play more over Wilson. Wilson seen suspect in coverage. What do you think? Oh, man, I think that you late, bro. I literally did something on this the bully and everything like that. What was it, last week or something like that? Watch the content, bro. Don't just watch the live streams. D-Rod says, Murph, you the underground king. I appreciate it, bro. Does it seem UGA plays for field goals too much? I'm not going to say they play for field goals too much because that's their philosophy. That's what it is. They want to get some type of points on the board because they feel like the defense, as long as they can get points on the board, they feel their defense can hold you to 14 points or something like that. All they need is just enough to beat you. They don't care about beating you by 100 points and making it look good. They want to have one more point than you do, and they don't want to turn the ball over. So it's just a different way of operating. Stevenson's the man compared to Devon. Jay had to hit him with the do y'all watch the content or do y'all just skim through it? He had to hit him with the Jay-Z. The hybrid tight end is the wave of the future. Man, it's the wave of the future and the blast from the past, bro. Kellen Winslow Sr. was doing that shit way back in the 70s and 80s or something like that. Tight end play will always be what can get teams popping real quickly. Big targets like that working in the middle of the field where the throws are a little bit easier. Putting way too much pressure on the D. Hey, man, you got to do what they got to do. The offense is clearly limited. So what y'all wanted to do? I've considered that. The offense is limited. I don't like the offense. Jake Fromm struggling, all this and that, not that good. What more do you want? What more do you want from me? In my Tyrese impression. It's hard to decide who had a better game, 52 or 99. That's dope. When you can't decide who balled out between your two interior linemen like that, you know you're playing some very good defense. Take more shots down the field. They took a ton of shots down the field today. This was a game I thought they wouldn't take. Hell, most of the plays is funny. Most of the plays Jake Fromm hit was down the field. He was struggling with the quick game, which is what he's mastered. Did you watch the game or did you skim it? Defense was on the field for 86 plays. Y'all gonna keep harping on this? We know the offense sucks. What more do you want from it? The offense sucks. Davis out there playing big boy football. Davis, yeah, Jordan Davis for sure. He really playing big boy football. Dude is huge. Balls. A few missed throws kept this game from being a blowout. I don't know about that. Hit a slant in the fourth. Who knew that existed and it worked? Get some guys who can work and get open on the inside. Finally, I said what? What did I finally say? And keep in mind, I have my own Georgia Patreon site, I have my own Georgia multiple group chats and everything like that. So what did I finally say? The offense doesn't suck. It's more the play calling that sucks, in my opinion. If the play calling is not good and the offense is not producing, then the offense sucks. I don't know what to tell you about that. You can't parse it out. Like, what are we talking about here? The offense sucks. They need to get it together. Right now, the offense sucks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Is James Coley done at UGA? If I were making this decision, I would go in a different direction. It's trying to try something new. He's a fake ass Jimbo Fisher, but you saw the difference between Jimbo Fisher working with what I think will be less personnel, right, than what he's working with, and still being able to achieve against a better defense. A&M has a good defense, but it's not Georgia's defense. And they were able to do some stuff against Georgia's defense because Jimbo Fisher has forgotten more football than James Coley knows. And that was his understudy, right? So that's his mentor technically, right? He was first time he was an offensive coordinator, it was under Jimbo Fisher. I don't know why you keep asking this Chris Brooks dude, right? Why you keep answering this Chris Brooks dude? Every time he's in here, he's just trying to rile you guys up. If anything, why not just get him up out of here? People saying that they need to recruit better receivers need to know that almost all of them are 5 stars. I don't know what to tell you, man. Do not react to trolls, man. Don't react to trolls. What you guys don't understand, I done told 500 million times. Don't react to trolls. It's not that hard, B. Guess what? On the replay, they never existed. That's what YouTube does a great job of. On the replay, this shit never exists. If you don't react to it, nobody knows it exists. Cager is from short playmaker. They need to save him for LSU. Tommy Bush, injured, right? With a groin injury. People saying, where is Tommy Bush? Tommy Bush had never played before. It's like you're asking about somebody who never really done nothing. We don't even know if Tommy Bush is any good. Pickens and Blaylock will be great. They don't have a veteran to take eyes off them right now. Pickens and Blaylock will be great. They don't have a veteran. Okay, I get what you're saying. For all we know, Bush could end up just like Landers for sure. Don't mention refs up in here. No mention of refs. No mentions of what else stuff that you guys know what I don't like. I don't like shit that, you know what I'm saying, that makes if we were on the same team, that would make me want to beat your ass up in the locker room. Talking about the refs would be that. Jay Fromm no longer the general. No longer the general. I'm gonna say he's no longer the general right now. So that means we can stop talking about him, right? No Brenton Cox mentions. No Brenton Cox mentions. No Justin Fields. Georgia mentions, right? You want to talk about Justin Fields? Talk about him. I'll talk about him all day at Ohio State. Let's do that. He's the Dollar General. That's hard. Come on, man. Y'all gonna get off that, man. Jake definitely not ready for the NFL. I don't know. In the NFL, I bet you he would have some receivers that can get open. Can't talk about Emery Jr. Nah, don't want to talk about him. Dang, you hit that dude. Why you hit him? I don't understand why you hit him. What did he say this multiple times or something? Jay Duval. I'm still riding with Fromm. Pause. I still love Jake Fromm. I don't give what nobody say, right? I still think the dude is the absolute truth, but I gotta call it like I see it. So it is what it is. Oh, pushing the Fromm narrative. I thought he just wanted to know my take on it. I don't know if he actually wanted me to expound on it. I thought he just said he heard my take. PVT Fromm? Oh, PVT was that? Murph, how do you feel that Monty Rice has progressed? Monty Rice is doing what he's done. He's just a very great. He's a very good. He's a very good sound linebacker who takes great angles and he brings the thunder. He's not afraid to wrap up. He's just not trying to knock people down. He'll form tackle. Very heady player. I like him a lot, man. And I think he could be one of those 4-year guys. So he can essentially keep some of these guys out the field. Because if I'm him, I'm coming back next year. He's not going to run a good time or anything like that. But he could just rack up a bunch of production and get people to really talking about him next year. His name is not really out there. Monty Rice be cooking, boy. Oh, private Fromm until he gets it back together. But do y'all know the second he gets it back together, he back to being a general to me. DJ Daniel needs to find the what? Wait, hold on. DJ Daniel needs to find the bench. What did DJ Daniel do wrong? Jake Fromm is the senator. Senator Fromm. Isn't it crazy that Georgia and LSU are exact opposites? That's what I love it. Styles make fights. We'll see, right? All of us defensive people versus all of you offensive people. I'm very confused as to why DJ Daniel. Who said that? Can you elaborate on that for me? He had a couple of busts in the fourth quarter. Come on, man. This man's with what his first 9 or 10 games and his first like 3 or 4 games as a frontline player. He's doing fine. He's very good. What about the plays that he did make? What about keeping outside contained? What about the tackling that this guy does? Y'all always focus on y'all. If y'all don't like somebody, y'all focus on the negative. If you like somebody like Richard LeCount, you'll disregard the negative. If you don't like Jake Fromm, you'll focus on everything he does bad. Fields or Fromm question for the people out there, get you blocked. Somebody's on here giving out some goofy ass information inside of a random YouTube video. I'm thinking there's some type of insider. What field makes Tom Brady average? Seen it plenty of times. Him and the rain was struggling, but it is what it is. I don't want to talk. I'm tired of Jake Fromm, bro. Jake Fromm, please go to the NFL, man. Tell him you want to go right now so we can talk about something else. You want to see me as a Gator coach? I'll hit me up, Coach Mullen. No, I'm good, man. I don't want to be a coach. Georgia fans are the worst. Danielson. Eric Stokes, a neck injury? Who said that? Let me put in some work. I'll give y'all or at least I'll get my own self some real shit. My reliable source is the damn game. What about KJ? He's still injured, right? Mark Webb only plays because of his run support. He's taking up space. Other than that, the bully is ready to eat his food. Yes. Yes. More bully, please. 99 Jordan Davis, a consistent beast. Isn't he, though? Old boy faking injuries. We already know this, man. We see this every week in football. Why are you guys surprised when you see it like every week? Did you not watch the LSU Texas game, the first game of this major game of the season this year? They did like 100,000 times. What else game? The Notre Dame Georgia game. Like I can name all kinds of games this year where people were faking injury. That's what they do. It's just what's going to happen, bro. Anthony Davis, what quarter? I'm confused. Hot Rod equals offensive MVP. Like seeing Adam Anderson get more playing time recently. He has been. Where? He's in that little nickel package playing zone. I want to see him get after the quarterback. I think he's being done wrong. Less Nolan Smith, please. I'm sorry. Less Nolan Smith. Let me see Adam Anderson. Let me see more Azeez Ojulari. You're forcing the Nolan Smith thing, man. They rushed him a couple of times. Wow. Pretty sure that 5-star came there to rush the passer a couple of times. I'm confused. Why he get the MVP guy? Let's Walter Grant. Let's Walter Grant. Yes, Cage is injured. Why are y'all asking if he's injured? Y'all think he would just not play? There's like, you know what? We're trying to get to the national championship game, and we literally have no room for error, but we're just not going to play Lawrence Cage. Grant had good coverage. How did you feel about Tyson Campbell today? I have to go back on the rewatch. Just from the first watch, it looked pretty decent. I got to see when it got left, though, in the fourth quarter and see what was going on right there. A lot of the stuff in the fourth quarter, people don't want to say it, though. They were matching up on Richard LeCounte. Richard LeCounte gave up a touchdown. Did y'all see that? He had man-to-man coverage on Jamal Osborne, who was on his side, and he tried to follow him across the formation, and he went under the traffic, and Osborne beat him to the punch. But nobody gonna say nothing about that, huh? I'm late to the stream, but the bully got away with some bullying against Watermeyer. That's what he does, man. He's the bully. Catherine Wilson McCoy says it was funny seeing Swift check Fromm on that bad handoff. I don't think it was a bad handoff. I think it was the adjusted protection. I don't think that he wanted him to go where he went. No LSU's on episode alert for who? Who are they playing? UGA got to be the best D in the country. He's not getting a lot of help from his offense. So imagine that. Imagine that if it had an offense that could, at the very least, sustain a bunch of drives and put up some points and keep the morale up and everything like that. So I would say that Georgia's defense is the best in the country. Juice got to come up with that kick, though. What that mean? Why everybody so happy to see Jake Fromm get yelled at and shit? Like, what is that about? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on in your life? Tyson needs to flip the hits quicker with some confidence. Swift ran into a blitz that should change play. I think they did change the play, and he still went to the outside. You can see all you got to do is if you don't know what's going on, just look at the body language and expression. Fromm clearly put his arm out like this to point to it. So he's like, why didn't you go right there? He ran back to the outside. You could tell the protection was adjusted. And Fromm for real said straight up, he was like, all right, cool, man, calm down. All right. Because he said, why'd you go right there? And then Swift had some type of an excuse, and he deadened it right there like a good general. Like, all right, cool, calm down. Some of these guys would have continued to argue. But people want to see that shit. Like, why you care? Why is that cool to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you want to see Fromm get screened on? What did he do to you? Right? Fromm should have stayed his ass at Alabama. He'd have a national championship and everything right now. The kid is just treated poor. Dogs so bad it's making it hard to appreciate the D. Fromm will be missed when he moves on. Watch. People always do that, man. Same thing right now. People were killing Jim Chaney. Wouldn't you like to have Jim Chaney out about now? People were killing Mike Bobo. You probably want to have Mike Bobo right now too, right? Folks love drama. Yeah, people love drama when it's involving somebody that they don't like. Fromm deserves some of it, bro. Deserves some of it from what? This is what people deserve, right? This is what people don't understand that don't play sports or never played before. Nobody deserves some shit if they're not playing like well. You deserve some shit if you don't give good effort and shit like that, right? You don't give good effort or you're not putting in the work to try to. You think Jake Fromm is not putting in the work? Jake Fromm is having to shoulder a lot of load of shit, like for real. Like, go play some football, man. That type of shit makes me. Come on, man. What are you talking about? There's nobody in the world who would get on somebody who's maybe not be doing good if you know that this guy puts in the work. He's first in, last out. He's the one rallying everybody together and shit like that. Why would he deserve anything of that magnitude? That doesn't even make sense to me. Matt Landers deserves some shit. He's the one out there that wouldn't die for a ball and shit like that. Your boy Jake Fromm will be out there getting his jock knocked off, but he'll be trying to win for his team. He was the one that wanted to come to the University of Georgia. He flipped from Alabama and all this shit like that, and people still getting on him. Sometimes I swear to God, yo, you get what you deserve. Dumbass Georgia fans will consistently blame Fromm for every aspect of the offensive struggles. Dude, it gets so tiring arguing with my own fan base, constantly crying about a great QB. I haven't timed anyone out, bro. Don't say I timed you out. You do realize I have a bunch of moderators. Can't time nobody out right now. I'm talking. Mathis has bigger issues to worry about. I'm the only QB to lead UGA to 3 consecutive SEC championship game comparison. Matt Landis has T-Rex arms. Those are the guys you get on. Guys who won't put in the work, who won't lay it all out there on the field. He deserved for what? He was adjusting a protection call. He deserved that. Next year, when that dual threat QB is starting and making mistakes, people are going to be begging for him back. I think, for real, I wish Jake Fromm would just go to the NFL. Catherine says, I think the vast majority of real UGA fans love Fromm. I don't think so. I think people just hate Jake Fromm for real because I think it's low-hanging fruit. Most people don't not really understand what's going on out there in the field, and that's the easiest shit to do. Blame their quarterback. We haven't seen that script before. People are already looking ahead to kids that are still in high school. Tyler Simmons with a catch. White is really going to be the next big back at Georgia. He averaged over 5 yards per carry every time he touches the ball. No, he does not. He had some runs where he was averaging against poor competition. He was averaging like 12 yards a carry or something like that. Against the better competition, he's not been doing much of anything. So I'm not sure what are you doing. You got to stop dick eating everybody who's a 5-star. At least let him do it. That's all I'm saying. Just at least let him have that type of success. There's no way you watch the last few games with Zamir White, right? He ain't. I don't know. It is what it is, man. I'm just gonna let y'all live. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let y'all live. I'm gonna take everything that I normally do, and right now, I'm gonna be the nicest person ever. Let's just talk about what you want to talk about. I'm changing it up right here on the spot. Let's go. Let's talk about Justin Fields and kickers and who else? Who else? Mathis or Carson Beck? Oh, that's right. I can't spaz out on you for dumbass questions that I don't want to talk about right now. Mathis or Carson Beck? Neither. Go get me a grad transfer if I'm a Georgia fan. One has not done anything, and one is still in high school. Ginger or Marianne? I like Ginger. I could do Ginger. What else we got? What's wrong with you, dang it, man? You would laugh if the finals ended up Clemson versus Ohio State. It literally almost ended up Clemson versus Ohio State last year. What are we talking about? Ohio State was 13-1 last year. OSU was going to face problems against elite Deeces. For sure. I do. I feel the same way. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to be nice. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Fromm is good, no question. You're getting nice, Murph, here for at least the next 5 minutes. Let's get these thumbs up going, though. Y'all are killing me with this. Let's get the thumbs up popping. Jordan Birch. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to be nice, right? Because normally I would spaz on somebody talking about some dude that's still in high school right now. I like Jordan Birch. I think he's very talented. Thumbs up check. Let's go. Let's get it popping, baby. Get the thumbs up. What are y'all doing, man? Let's get it to 150. Go Arkansas. They were talking like this about Aaron Murray back in the day. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't know, right? When Aaron Murray was there, I don't think I was in the media yet, right? And it's not like I would be listening to anything that had to do with Georgia if I wasn't covering the team, to be honest with you. Damn, Pam Gibson got timed out. They didn't like Aaron Murray. I like Aaron Murray. Caleb says he thinks Fromm balls out in the SEC championship game. Fromm can't block, throw, and catch all at the same time. Fromm legit. They talk reckless about Aaron Murray. Yikes. How much? How much we going? We're gonna keep going. Nobody super chat. I want to get to this live call-in show. Let's go. Somebody said upset alert on Arkansas LSU. Why did they say that? What's going on? Do I think James Cook is more of a slot receiver? No, I think he's a running back. And Bobo. What is Stephen Wainwright doing? Like, hold on. Man, you got hidden? He had been here for a minute too, I believe. Why he get hidden? What was he talking about? Hold on. Let me unbelieve. I want to know what these people would be going through their minds sometimes. Then we'll reblock them. What are you talking about, Stephen Wainwright? How about the bully? The bully is good. In your opinion, Murph, is a Georgia team that could benefit from the use of a fullback this year? I don't think so. I think the fullback adds in more base personnel. I think for Georgia to be a little bit better this year, they need to go against more sub packages and try to get some more speed on the field. YouTube was not around with Aaron Murray. I think YouTube was around with Aaron Murray. It was like 2008. We was all on YouTube watching videos and stuff. I just was not in the media at the time. D-Rob got to step up. Everybody wants Cook to be a slot receiver because he wears number 4 and slightly built like McCole. I never even thought about it that way. He probably 20 pounds bigger than McCole Hardman, though. Murray was around with MySpace. Murray was on MySpace. Yeah, back then I was on MySpace. What y'all talking about? 6 to 7 LSU. What y'all doing, man? You mean 7 to 6 LSU? Greater number first. D-Rob hasn't been used right. Who's the bully? Just made an account and subbed? Why would you just make an account? And this will be your first stop. Murphy, is it me or does Georgia keep switching the zone? I said that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be nice. Yes, it is not just you. Georgia switched to zone in the second half. YouTube wasn't around for UGA last natty. That is no, it's no getting them out. This is nice, Murph. I'm being nice, Murph, right now. I did say that before, but I'm being nice, Murph. So we're being nice, Murph. Murray was one play away from a natty also. You will be missing the general at some point. Fromm is a great QB, and if you gave him better receivers, it will be different. He can make the throw. I'm not sure. Who was your top friends, Murph? It was Tom. He was always my top friend for some odd reason. Tom from MySpace. Aaron Murray's just 29. Don't be PC, Murph. You like the cutthroat, Murph? No, everybody says I'm mean, so I have to be nice. Nope, I'm being nice. And I'm smiling. Why dogs do that on defense 2 games in a row knowing it didn't work last time? I would have to say Caleb because of the lack of testicular fortitude from the coaching staff, because they get tight butt cheeks at the end of the game because they do not want to lose. That's the nice Murph answer. Murray was one play away from playing in a title game. Fromm already did that. Murray never won the SEC. Yes, Whitey Panda. What do you mean you ain't here for the fake Murph? This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted Murph to be nice. I am nice Murph. We scary for real. We got a 3-point lead and it's cruise control time. That's hard. I'm sorry. I would not say that's hard as a nice man. Where is Tops? What have you done with him? I am still here. I am still here. What do you mean, weird Murph? You don't like this version of Murph? You just told me to lighten up. Y'all want Savage Murph back? Why would you want the Savage Murph? Murph, what's up with the New Hampshire versus Delaware State final? I believe Delaware State pulled it out at the end. They did not go to cover 6 zone, and they won. Murph tells the truth sternly. If you don't like it, your antibiotics for your yeast infection are ready. Why would you say that, William? That is not nice. For someone who Murph has snapped on, football is a man's sport. I am sorry for snapping on you all those times, William. I apologize. I should have never snapped on you like I did all those times. Fromm didn't lose the national game. Defense slipped coverage. Fromm not on defense. I agree. I don't think Jake Fromm plays defensive cornerback or linebacker. When they're gonna fire Gary from CBS? What did Gary do this time now? Why was he apologizing at the beginning? I didn't understand. What did he do when the girl got hurt? I got poisoned with. I did have a little Splenda in my tank. Johnny Utah says that I call all the fake ass bandwagon stat sheet fans out on their shit. That's why I'm Murph. I like stat sheets. I think that should be the way that we should always judge people by. We don't even really have to watch the game either. Stat sheets are awesome. Thank you, Johnny Utah. Gary Danielson is a UGA hater. Yes. But for some odd reason, when I do Alabama coverage, they said he's an Alabama hater. And then when I did the LSU, they said he was an LSU hater. And then Auburn, they said, I'm starting to think he just may be neutral. Murph, have you ever heard of a D allowing one rushing TD all season? That's hard. That is hard. I mean, yet I have not heard of that. Murph, what did I miss? You being nice. Just got in. Hello, Daniel D. Hi. He's an equal opportunity hater. Stats are the most important than the eye test. Yes, I agree. Eye test and understanding coverages and concepts, that's for the birds. I would much rather just read a stat sheet and formulate an opinion. Why do I feel like Charles Davis? Is this how Charles Davis? This is kind of enlightening. I like it. Will said it's weird. Why is it weird? When Charles Davis does it, people love it. Stephen Wainwright, I do not time. Why you keep saying that I time people out? I'm not timing nobody out. I have like 10 mods on here. They're timing you out. I'm not timing no one out. You see me on this microphone reading, I'm not timing anyone out. I'm sorry. If I timed you out, which I didn't, I'm sorry. Marvin Robertson says, go dogs. Hello, coolest white boy ever. Let's speak on Swift. My guy won a natty. He does. I think he may be the only one in that situation who would want a natty. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about. Who needs Damon, exactly. Who needs actual plays? Stats are way more important. I agree. You're getting normal casual fan Murph. AKA Charles Davis Jr. Wipe your feet. All right, let's get it, baby. Let's get it to 150. Why we ain't at 150? Let's go. I mean, let's go. I apologize for that tone of voice. Dandy says, mods don't block me. I just need to know why Murph being like this. Or I'm being like this because they want Murph to be nice. So I thought I would dig into my inner Charles Davis / Tiger Woods. I don't know. Why would you want me to be ripping people's asses? I'm giving you my real input. I like stats. A nice Murph has the inflection of James Earl. That's how James Earl Jones talks. He does all those. He does all those voiceovers. I kind of like that. Marcus Thomas says, "Not Charles Davis. What is wrong with Charles Davis? Me and him are one and the same. We both like umbrellas. I love umbrellas, and I love Star Wars. Hey, let's get it. Let's get them thumbs up going. Let's go. Come on. Oh, Star Trek? I'm sorry. That's right. It's Star Trek, not Star Wars. That's a game show host voice? What do you mean? That's Charles Davis. Clemson will drop in the rankings after today's close win against the bye week. That's hard. Georgia's struggle win is much more impressive. Hey, I tried to tell y'all about Texas A&M, but I knew that was going to happen. What did I say? I almost picked Texas. I was going to pick this whole week. I was setting it up to pick Texas A&M, and then I changed at the last second. I am not being held hostage. This is me. This is the real me. That other stuff was a facade. Why will not use post or any seam routes? Turn the truth loose. Who are we talking about here? We're talking about Georgia. Who's going to be running these posts and scenes? Half these dudes can't even catch. You want them to run? Wayne Brady? Wow. Morgan Freeman. I like that one. He said Heather said I got into the funny brownies. Why would someone do anything to brownies? Jimbo is putting a good program. Jimbo's killing it, man. Who needs Murph being himself? Him being nice is way better. I told you. People would love this me. I've not spazzed out in at least 10 minutes. Swift is a sauce guy. He breaks people off with the spin move. We call it muscle relaxers here, bro. That sauce and all that stuff like that. You got to go back. You're like 17 years old or something. Y'all about to bring the old me back. And why y'all delete him? He likes the new me. You need a Samuel Jackson, Murph. All right, hold on. Who is that guy? I'm back. I'm back, baby. I skip. All right, I'm back. Let's go. Let's get it. Where we at? Come on, man. Let's get these thumbs up popping. How, Sway? Travis Etienne over DeAndre Swift? Oh, yeah. I love it when I see a man run against Wake Forest and Syracuse and Duke. Those are one of those days that I'm like, God dang, he's killing it. Swift over here running against animals. Got it, man. Get him out. P. Ward, the best muscle relaxer of all time. I completely agree. He's my all-time favorite receiver. He was my idol. That was an Old Spice commercial, says B. Wyman. All right, let's go. Let's go. UGA over LSU. Not so sure about that. The bully got away with one. Come on, man. Y'all gonna say that about every game? Y'all keep saying that every game about that man. He keep freaking war zoning you for 5 yards and then he'll let go. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. The bully is the bully. You think I call him that for no reason? You're not when you're hungry. Get a breakfast. I need a Snickers. Arkansas putting it up against LSU ATM. What's the score? Arkansas ain't probably going to score. What y'all talking about? Y'all being a premature evaluators game. Where could you see UGA in the rankings if they beat LSU? Who cares? They be in the college football playoffs. They would be at if they beat LSU, you would think they would be 2 or 3, right? Maybe 2. Bully was roughing that tight end up. Hey, he's the bully. He don't care how big you are, too. He's one of them cool bullies. Swift might be getting. I'm not even gonna read that shit no more. Come on. 14-6 LSU. All right. This TO person isn't the same person that asked me about the bully or something like that. Like, what we doing here? You gonna ask me about Fromm? I just spent a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? I ain't nice Murph no more. I'm about to spaz on people. Ask me about Jake Fromm. You want to get spazzed on? Let me know. Oregon just got bombed on. So y'all give me some scores here. Give me some scores. What are we doing? Very interested in the Iron Bowl next week. That's gonna be hard. What else we looking at? What else is next week? It's gonna be popping. We're about to get it popping. Y'all want to see a dead body? Burrow versus OSU in the semis or title game. How do you think the committee will set it up? Well, we don't have a lot of data in. What are we talking about? Like, they still got games to play. LSU hasn't played Georgia yet. Suppose they lose. Then we could really set it up right there. Suppose they got blown out or something like that. We don't have the data. Why are people doing this without the data? Michigan beats OSU. How's that a hot take, B? If you saw what Penn State did to Ohio State, Michigan has a better defense than Penn State. Much more fast and better coached and everything like that. That's not really a hot take. If you look, how many points did OSU score against Wisconsin? Like 30 something. Alexander says the content is hard. Pause. Georgia going to spoil Burrow Heisman. I don't think, even if he had a bad game, I think he would still win the Heisman. I don't see anybody else really popping around him. How many push-ups for the Coley run up the middle? Jay Duval. Damn, that's why I needed to know who. Jay Duval, because I know Kevin Lee didn't pay attention. He can't pay attention to anything past 3 minutes. If K. Lee is there, let me know how many push-ups. But before you bounce Duval, let me know how many push-ups. We did shit. Dang, we was well over 100 and something. We got up to 90. That's it? Only one call run in the second half? Only one inside call in the second half that was a run. That's gangster on first down. 90 push-ups. I was feeling good. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling good in the first half because he was spacing it out. Last time, this was back to back. Mine was tight. All right, thanks, Duval. In the second half, they threw more on first. How many passes did Jake Fromm end up throwing? 23 passes. No, that's how many he completed, not how many he threw. Come on, Michael B. What are we doing here? All right, where we at? We about done? What we doing here? Don't talk about the refs, Jennifer Barty. You in the wrong chat. There's a lot of chats out there that they would love to talk about referees. We don't do referee chat here. We talk about stuff that people can control. Murph, I like you're comparing to Sean Davis to Reggie Nelson. I feel next year he will lead that secondary. I agree. Reggie Nelson, I'm sorry, Sean Davis, a.k.a. Young Reggie, is that dude. Dude has a ton of range, man. I love diagramming something. People don't even know, like, they don't respect what's going on. You can tell people, they start talking about Grant Delpit and shit. Like, bro, I just showed you somebody come from an opposite hash and break up a pass. You don't see that shit in college football no more. Nobody has range like that. Definitely loves to hit too. He be getting it popping. Let him hit it in the chest and helmet. Let it hit him in the chest and helmet. Who we talking about? Talking about Kears? KJ's drop was due to not extending for the ball. Yeah, you for sure, man. You got to get them hands out there like this, baby. 7-7 Oregon tied up. Stephen Wainwright, what were you talking about earlier, bro? We let you back in. What were you talking about here? You had the little middle finger and stuff like that. Justin Fields is not overrated. He's not some type of like the greatest thing we've ever seen, but I don't think he's overrated. Coolest white boy ever, you must want to get spazzed out on. First of all, you talking about a kicker, and then you're going to say he's a Heisman? Can't believe we stopped them on 30 inches, then produced a negative play on fourth down. Shows you how locked down we are. I'm taking it that you mean Georgia. Uh-oh, Giddy about to spaz. We're all entitled to a nice spaz. Georgia defense will give UGA a chance against LSU. Got to make it a dirty, grindy 24-20 game. Fields isn't overrated. Stop it. Fields has spasms. They were remarking in the group chat that Fields, like, every time he did something wrong, he was pretending like he was hurt. I've been around people like that before. I don't think that's what he was doing, but it is what it is. I saw his foot get bent too. It was his ankle, actually. Hey, Coolest, don't get blocked, bro. You keep going to that well, I'm telling you right now, you're in the line of getting blocked. I can already see the mods right now inching. Do you think James Cook should? No, we're going to keep talking about this for the 55th time. Just to get on the field more? Why would you want to take those regular receivers out the field for James Cook? What is he? He's not super explosive or anything. Just let the guys who play normal, natural receiver, let them do that. It just might be his time next year, man. Now, if you came in, if James Cook was running like a 4-2 or something like that, I can understand. But he's not going to do nothing that I don't think that Dominic Blaylock can do, to be honest with you. Dominic Blaylock reps at receiver. Heather Hansen throwing shade. We're going to have to let that go through, Heather. You threw shade at that man. You told him his mom is calling because his mac and cheese is ready. Fromm not welcome back in 2020. Oh yeah, such a great way to be to show your appreciation for Jake Fromm. Cook can barely field a kick. You may have gone too far. You might have some nice clips. You can use a Bo Nix hitting the third option sidearm to Eli Stove on RPO plays. He did it twice. Bo Nix, the prodigy. But Bo Nix, I'm going to tell you right now, around this time, 2 years from now, people will be talking shit about him if it doesn't go his way. You can tell when somebody just don't like someone. I feel that they're doing the same thing to Bo Nix. Campbell said he's spitting facts. Campbell also said, please block me. Cool's white boy is struggling. So you think you're gonna ask me if he's gonna get any playing time? Obviously, you know he's not gonna get no playing time at linebacker, right? And they're not even doing a fullback. So what are we talking about? So no, he will not be getting playing time. They would have just been moved him, right? He's behind 12 guys younger than him. Murph should Georgia move Landers to running back so he can see the field more. Yes, Matt Landers. Everyone knows where Mac Bride is from, bro. You guys got to stop with that. What's crazy is Fromm came to UGA his freshman year. People still hate him, just like they hate Bo Nix at Auburn. Some people are just going to be hated, man. Harry and Crowder have put in work during their time at UGA. Glad to see the hard work paying off for both of them. I do love stories like that, man. The seniors biding their time and everything. A guy like Crowder was a running back when he first came in, hurrying behind like 4 different legends. Harry be having them funny ass juke moves, though. That should be making me laugh every time. Harry runs like his ass is on fire. Fromm was one of Kirby's first commits once it wasn't like one of his first commits. He literally flipped that man from Alabama. Jake Fromm would have been having all kinds of success at Alabama right now. There's a much different setup, and he has much different receivers he'd be throwing the ball to. He flipped him from Alabama. A&M and LSU next week, that's hard. There's a difference between hate and facts. All right, give me the difference between hate and facts. Give me some of your facts. Will Oregon beat Georgia? I think it'd be a good game. You didn't know Fromm was originally an Alabama commit, for real? Oh yeah. And after that, after he flipped, they went in, they focused on Tua. Why did they contract so much on O? I'm confused. What do you mean? I just got in the room. What do UGA need to do at QB? What does UGA need to do at QB? Georgia needs to bench Jake Fromm, and I think they should play Stetson Bennett right now. Terry say Jeff looked at Sprat Stone. What, like I said before, give me your facts or whatever you're talking about. What facts are we talking about? Stats are a byproduct of what happened. What is that? That doesn't tell the whole story. You just literally did what we hate up on this channel. You said you looked at some stats. Fuck that got to do anything. Fromm wasn't going to be there. Fromm wasn't going to be. They weren't going to go after Tua if they had Fromm. What you talking about? Be logical. They were not going to do Fromm and Tua. They would do Fromm and then like a Mac Jones, somebody like that. Fromm will be their star. Mac. Then they would have their developmental guy like a Mac Jones. So it would have been Jalen Hurts, Fromm, Mac Jones. And the way they were tripping on Jalen Hurts, they would have for sure given Fromm a shot. And we know at the very least, Fromm wouldn't have turned. He would have did some stuff different than Jalen Hurts. And people would have been like, oh, we love Jake Fromm. Could have swore Aspen was blocked before. How did Aspen get to not be blocked? Put Stetson Bennett in so he can throw 1,472,992,000,000 interceptions. Bennett set records in JUCO. Give the man some, yeah. He set records in JUCO. The hell records did he set in junior college? And what does that have to do with? Oh boy. All right, I can tell that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the real football heads are gone, so the shit gets super annoying. Your wish is my command, Aspen. Nobody with sense is saying bench Fromm, but something needs to happen. There's nothing can happen. Only you can bench him or not. So what can happen? Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Games am I doing next week? The Iron Bowl. We talk about LSU, Texas A&M. Big 12, Big 10. What are the games next week? Well, the Big 12 would, I don't know. Y'all gonna we'll let it. I'll figure it out tomorrow, but definitely want to talk about the Iron Bowl. It's still a chance, right, for Alabama? Michigan, Ohio State. Definitely got to talk about that. Bench Fromm because he's dropping 5 to 6 passes a game like that slant didn't hit dude in the face. Of course. But people like them don't look at that. They just go listen to Paul Feinbaum or whomever. All right, Wyman. Appreciate you as always. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Make sure you're a member of the channel out there as well. Some of you people be taking up space like JBE. He's a space taker. What does JBE contribute to the movement? He be saying some weird stuff. I don't think he's ever super chatted, but he still always be here. Swift with 19 touches was good. He is the game changer. What's that got to do with what you said earlier? What do you want them to do with Jake Fromm? Eli says, we haven't seen the best Georgia team yet. We will see in the SEC championship game. Defense has been their part, and the offense will do their part. It better happen very soon. Better happen very soon. They say, but Fromm threw a pass that was a yard off of hitting the receiver in the chest. He's trash, no accuracy. That's the typical UGA fan. It is what it is, man. Welcome to my world. Michigan is going to keep it close next week. Harbaugh might take it to that next level. That would be hard. You should let the first 11 members on the call-in show. Nah, for $5, you ain't calling into no show. Hate to break it to you. I got a Patreon full of guys who contribute a lot more than $5. I do appreciate the support though. Don't get it wrong, but that wouldn't be worth it. This call-in show shit is expensive. UGA or LSU aren't ready for Clemson. Offensively, LSU is definitely ready for anyone. What are they doing now? I bet you they killing Arkansas. Y'all ain't said nothing about Arkansas here in about 10 minutes. What's the score now? 50-1? Nightlock Fromm is throwing the ball, then running and catching it. Sheesh, people gonna hate. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world, Heather. I got to deal with this every day. Who is ready for Clemson? I don't think too many people are ready for Clemson. People are sleeping on Clemson at mega hard. I know Dabo has to be loving that. He always loves to play that what do you call it? The Roy bus or the rest of y'all or whatever. He can play that again this year, and they won the national championship and beat the crud out of Alabama, who had the same exact offense as LSU right now. We're always aggressive in the big games. We just don't stay aggressive. Who is better to you, Ohio State or LSU? I'm going to say maybe a push. I don't think Ohio State's offense is as good as people think it is. LSU's offense is all that in a bag of chips. Ohio State does have a great defense, though, and LSU does not have that. But I think LSU's offense is that good to where it could still give anyone problems on defense. LSU defense is not low-key cheeks. They gave up 600 yards to Ole Miss and gave up 400 yards to Vandy. Everybody put up yards on LSU. Everyone knows that LSU's defense is not that good. Mary Ann, if I'm drunk on alcohol, ginger from Stone. What the hell? You must be. When was that question asked? What type of internet you got? My man said that probably an hour ago. How you just now saying this? If Coley that good of a recruiter, if not, his ass needs to be fired. Yeah, he's beyond a good recruiter. He's probably top 10 in the country. There's a reason why he's there. Heather Hansen said dial up. That was an hour ago. How you just now seeing that? And then commenting right now like it's up to date. It's the best chance scenario for Dabo. They do this consistently, play a little shaky in the beginning of the year. Last 4 games, they start catching fire, and everyone is trashing them. In my opinion, I still think Clemson's the best team in the country. Most complete team in the country. But we'll see. It still has to get tested. Stuck. You stuck in a time warp. That's what your name means. Like, what are you talking about? We did this an hour ago, bro. You need to catch up. Clemson had 12 bye weeks. Dabo loves the underdog role. Wouldn't you? You can motivate the hell out of some guys who are probably more talented than everyone else they playing. They're setting that man up to get another national championship. We knew the ACC was weak last year. What are we talking about? It was weak last year, and guess what? The king of the SEC last year still got smoked out by the king of the ACC last year. He stuck on that exotic orange juice. He on that exotic orange juice. I just can't see Brent Venables giving up 300 total yards. You can't see him giving up 300 yards, man. I covered that team all last season, right? I'm on Clemson. They gave up 300 yards before. They may have still given up 300 yards in that game against Alabama. Somebody look that up. Did they give up 300 yards in the national championship game? I think they did. They want you to explain how UGA will be fine, Antwar. All right, Jay Lee, I appreciate you. Thank you. What do you think about Brian McClendon taking over play calling in Athens? Would absolutely love it. I love his offense. I think it's pretty imaginative what he's doing at South Carolina with a lot less personnel than he will have at the University of Georgia. I've been watching him for real. I got his number too. I like Brian McClendon. I like his style. I like his style a lot. Alabama had 443 yards. Exactly. What are you talking about? You don't see Brent Venables giving up 300 yards. He got 300 yards quite a few times last year. Text him. I'm not going to text him to go to Athens. They wouldn't. What would I have to do with anything? I'm pretty sure he would go if they offered him a job. They got to offer him a job. I don't think he's one of Coach Smart's dudes. That onside kick call was hard. That was dope. Well timed. I wish they had executed it, right? Now people are going to be looking out for it. Thanks for acknowledging that I will probably have already gone over that, Kyle. I love when people do that. That's called using your brain. Fromm's largest issue is that he's pressing, right? He does not have the type of talent that he had at his disposal last year, the type of veteran quality talent that'll do and be relied upon that he had last year. That's just what it is, right? Those guys were all veterans. That's the reason why they're all in the NFL, because they were, at the very least, you could say they had 2 or 3 years worth of college experience. He's relying on a whole bunch of guys with no college experience, especially when Lawrence Cager's not there. All these guys aren't where he wants them to be. He's a creature of habit. He wants you to be exactly where he wants you to be. If you look at even at a little exchange with DeAndre Swift, you could tell he was telling them why didn't he run to a certain spot. He is a creature of habit, and he can't have that with this type of young team. So he's pressing, and it's really getting to him. So he's not playing well at all. And I have no excuse for that. You know what I'm saying? Just from me, from an analysis standpoint, for people know that I really like Jake Fromm, but he's not playing well. The people around him, to me, aren't playing well. The play calling is trash dookie. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I think it goes beyond Jake Fromm, but people can't see past their own brain, so they're just going to blame everything on Jake Fromm. So if we're going to do that, then that's just what it is. LSU will not run up and down the field on Georgia's defense. Nah, definitely not. That's what happens, man. When you're the quarterback, but he's a different kind of quarterback, right? He wouldn't get no praise. Even when he does good, he doesn't really get the praise. People just don't like him. They saw that people love the shiny thing, right? Jacob Eason was the shiny toy. Then it became Justin Fields behind him, right? They had them 5 stars on him, even though he was a 5-star as well in a service or two. People just don't like Jake Fromm, so they call him Vanilla and Matt Ryan and all this and that. Hardman surprised you? Give me Hardman's stats. I know he did good in a game or two. Did he keep it up? Don't say that he has like 300 yards. He better have a lot of yards. Kevin Sumlin trash? I don't think he's trash. Definitely gotta let him get it. I tell you what, if you don't do good in your first 2 years, people will say you suck. So by that measure, then yeah, I guess he's trash. But for people who they let get their own players and run their style of offense or their style of program, period, I think that he's still to be determined. Stephen Wainwright, I think you're kind of annoying, bro. And nor did you explain what you did earlier. What were you doing earlier when I unblocked you? D. Robinson was getting open a lot today. Got to catch the ball. And his name is Robertson, or Robertson. Robertson. Fromm threw for 300 plus yards and 3 TDs last year versus Bama. Georgia fans, we lost because of Fromm. He can't run, and we need a dual threat QB. Think we lose Pittman to Arkansas. To be an offensive line coach at Arkansas for whom? Who did they hire, a coach or something like that? I'm confused. Hope you don't think somebody's going to make that dude an offensive coordinator or an offensive or a head coach or something like that. Man, get the hell out of here. They're not making Sam Pittman no head coach. Where we at? All right, y'all. 5 more minutes. Let's get it. You wouldn't pay him enough of money that they would play him as a head coach. You wouldn't do that for an offensive line coach, but you don't have to worry about that. Nobody's going to hire this guy as a head coach. How many offensive line coaches do you see in the NFL that get hired as? I mean, in college football that you see? How many? Period. Matt Luke is one I can think of. You have to be somebody super special to be an offensive line coach, especially a lifelong one, right? Where you know what I'm saying, you could at least have been a coordinator by now to go all the way to being a head coach. It would. I don't see it. Anything's possible, but I don't see him being hired as a head coach. UGA didn't lose because of one play last year. They choked in general versus Bama. Flea flicker. But the flea flicker was Jake Fromm's fault, I bet you think, huh? Let me guess. Yep. Flea flicker was Jake Fromm's fault. Besides the fact that the receiver wasn't running. Then when he finally looked, he started to accelerate. He expected him to be at a certain spot. UGA's QB history is almost the opposite of the national title history, going on 40 years of great QB play and 0 rings. They have had some very good QBs in that program. Kirby Smart's play calling is like that old boomer who sits a few seats behind you at church singing a half note behind. Kirby Smart don't call no plays. What you talking about? That was a perfect throw. The receiver just didn't run. I agree. But of course not. People are not going to look at that. They're just going to see the pass wasn't completed, and they won't see how the sausage is actually made. So that's one of the most annoyingest thing about football and covering football. How people say, dude, Sam Pittman, if he were hired to be a head coach in Arkansas, would leave Georgia in 2 seconds. What are you talking about? This man's a nomad. He done been in 25 programs as an offensive line coach. He would definitely leave Georgia to be a head coach at Arkansas. I just don't think he would be a head coach at Arkansas because I don't think they would hire him. You guys be out there on that exotic orange juice, man. Y'all be sipping on that exotic. That shit got y'all's brain gone. He would definitely leave to be an offensive line coach. To choose that over being a head coach. It was a great call by James Coley for sure. The great call, but go look at it. That man was running slow as hell. Then he was like, "Oh!" Then he kicked it in the gear, and by then it was too late. He expected him to be at a certain speed. In a few years, Georgia fans will be dearly missing the general. Man, but I hope it don't come to that, man. What's funny thing about that is, somebody mentioned that a lot of people loved Matthew Stafford. I always thought he was overrated as hell. People love big arms and everything like that. That was cool or whatever like that, but I don't think Matthew Stafford was. I think he was overrated. Geno needs one more year, please. No, go to the NFL. I can't do Georgia next year with Jake Fromm there. He says that Georgia needs a transfer QB bad. Brooke Cole says, why can't people understand Georgia has 0 playmakers? These people are ignorant to me. They have, you mean that targets, right? Because obviously DeAndre Swift is a playmaker. But yeah, the playmakers, like playmakers, right? They have decent receivers, but who can make a play? Who can make something out of nothing? A lot of these dudes, if you watch, they can make something out of nothing. Throw them a hitch and they take it 80, 90 yards. You think Mac Jones is out there at Alabama? I bet you he was killing it. Well, it was Western Carolina, but I seen him against Arkansas. He was throwing little pop passes and they're taking the shit 60 yards. Nevada transfer might be an option next year. The walk-on, a guy who had the walk-on, bro. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in life, bro. Somebody who walked on. Was he even a Nevada? Was he even a actual recruit from Nevada? He's a kicker. You're talking about a quarterback. Quarterbacks, they'll bend over backwards for quarterbacks. Like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about a kicker compared to a quarterback? I think you might be struggling, Cam. Alabama and LSU has playmakers. They have legit playmakers, guys who make plays where you don't have to make the play for them. Fromm is having to make the play for these guys. You're having to fit everything in the tight windows. Nobody's getting separation. They're not calling shit to get people just wide open. So there may have been a couple of instances today where you say some people were open, but imagine having that be the case 8 out of the 10 throws that you throw. That would be hard. You missed everything, Xavier. I'm an Auburn fan, so I don't know. But DJ Shockley won the SEC, and they haven't started another. Let's not do that, Whitey Panda. The Curious drop, yeah, that was bad. General's not looking 5-star these days. Nope, he's a 1-star general. Exactly. From at the very least, he's not going to turn the ball over. Some of these guys will be struggling like that, and he'll throw 4 and 5 picks. That really helps. The reason why you're still winning. He's playing like a lieutenant. Yeah, not playing well, man. But what are the guys doing around him? Show us that you actually know something about football. What are the guys that are doing around this lieutenant guy? Who are they? Are they playing well? Someone that's a run threat. Yeah, that really killing it. Uh, whatever, man. Gonna be pretty interesting to see how this all plays out. Who do we have coming in at QB next season? Same two dudes they keep talking about every 5 minutes in the chat. Late to this, so I don't know what I missed, but I thought Coley called a good game. Georgia didn't execute very well offensively. It wasn't a bad game from Coley. Wasn't nothing to phone home about. I think that people are so defeated now that you can just barely be average, which that shit was, and people were like, "Wow, okay, cool. It was a good game." Got to hit those downfield passes. He hit plenty of downfield passes today. What are we talking about? What you got to do is have the quick game work for you, right? That's what Georgia's about. Is based on the quick game. It's not based on vertical throws. Oh, I would like to see us throw more slants. Georgia's much better when they go up tempo. I think most teams are, man, because when you go up tempo, you're not calling a game, right? So you're going through probably 2 or 3, at the most 4 different plays. So it's not much thinking involved in it. Oh, this dude right here was annoying as shit. This dude, this D'Angelo, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I just let him kind of hang himself for like he's been there since the channel started, right? One of the worst ever. He was the one. He said that Elijah Holyfield. This was the dude, right? I remember talking to y'all about this. He said that Elijah Holyfield was way better than Swift because Elijah Holyfield was from Atlanta and Swift was from Philadelphia. No, I want this dude. I've never ever talked to this dude before. Like one of the worst dudes ever to be on the channel. I want to hear this dude say this shit in front of everybody. Then we'll block him. And he wrote this shit for like forever, like ever, the whole season last year, right? I was like, dude, who cares if where this dude is from? He's not better than DeAndre Swift. He's a great player in his own right. But how is he better just because he's from Atlanta? He's on that juice, that exotic orange juice. He's definitely on that exotic orange juice. So he would not like Will Smith as a rapper compared to Ludacris? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But that I wouldn't either. But I would definitely name some people from Philadelphia, like Beanie Siegel or somebody like that can rap. Look at this dude. I'm Georgia fan. We should kept Fields. That's why I said I want y'all to see this. This is what I have to deal with. Y'all don't see people like this, right? I usually just block them. But I left this dude unblocked for a reason. He ain't been since the entire season. Georgia trash. Georgia is what, 10-1? Georgia's 10-1 and with like they may be the only team with what? No, LSU too. Them and LSU, what, 3 or 4 wins over guys currently in the top 25 or something like that? Is D'Angelo probably a young kid? And I'm being serious. I don't think he's a young kid though. Like he's just going out there woody. We just kick field goals to win. But you won, right? So if you kick the field goal and won the national championship, then what would you say? I'm gonna get this dude one more. Like he like, I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, cats like him are kind of embarrassing. No, he's not just trolling. I'm telling you, this dude was doing this when I first started this channel a year and a half ago. He was one of the first people I remember, and he used to just say dumb stuff like that. And I was like, the hell is this dude talking about? And I would go in on him, spaz out. He never respond to the spaz. He would just continue on with what he got to say. He's like, I'm from Atlanta. I don't like no Philadelphia running back. He seems a little off. A little. A little off. His shit is gone. Like all that shit up here. You can't beat LSU, Clemson, and Ohio State field goals. You can't beat LSU, Clemson with Ohio State field goals. You can't beat LSU and Clemson with Ohio State field goals. This is his make-a-wish moment. Let's get a couple more from you, D'Angelo. I told you this man is gone. Y'all thought I was playing. I forgot he existed. He ain't said nothing this whole season. He hit me. Yeah, he has been hitting the glass. D'Angelo, you been hitting the glass? That glass pipe. You know what I'm talking about. Well, then won't you say what you talking about? Why we gotta know what you talking about? Say it correctly. Come on, D'Angelo. Let's give you a couple of more. Man, D'Angelo, shorty bus. He on that short bus. D'Angelo, you on that short bus, bro? Yo, Murph, should the general be unseated as a captain after his past 3 performances? I don't know. I don't understand the question. What do you mean? If you're saying should they bench Jake Fromm? I would actually love for them to bench Jake Fromm. I think that would be the greatest thing of all time. And once LSU beat them by 1,000 points, then people are like, damn, why we bench Jake Fromm? But yeah, I want to see that for sure. You literally been a captain? You want him to not be a captain of the team that I'm pretty sure that he runs, right? You can tell by his demeanor. He's literally running the team. If somebody's slacking off for this, and I'm pretty sure he's on everybody's ass. Do you not understand football? Do you, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand what football is about. It's about players like him. Those guys are what you call glue guys. They glue the team together. They keep everybody glued together. What are you talking about? If he's struggling or whatever, you think he's struggling, I guarantee you he's not struggling with communicating to his team and making sure everybody's working hard and everybody's keeping their heads down and all shit like that. Like, come on, fam. He might be hitting something other than the glass. Damn, what could you hit besides the glass? Fromm trash, and you know it. Georgia can't win a championship like this. Like, this is what this dude does all year, right? He complains, right? Like, Georgia's not lost that many games over the past couple of years or whatever like that. He's one of those type of guys. Like, he would literally just complain. Like, he's living for negative shit to happen. So imagine, what do you think like a cat like this has? Just for real, what do you think a cat like this is in his own life? Tom is right. Minus the flea flicker, his game management was off too. $33-6 is Fromm's record. It's not Fromm's record. It's the University of Georgia's record. I'm speaking facts. Right? No. Right? No. Right? No. He's speaking facts. Like, come on, bro. Your shit ain't right. It ain't working. Like, bro, stop being so negative in life. Like, what do you get from that shit, bro? You did that shit the whole time on the channel last year. All you did is you just like negative shit. Like what does that do for you? Like, your shit ain't going well in your life? Nah, no need to spaz on people like that. Like, he's got like underlying issues, like, for real. I need to require a minimum SAT score to comment. He would not be commenting. Anything over a 3. His mom didn't hug him. Dang. I don't know about mentioning someone's mom, though, Tylisha. Or Tylisha. What is it, Tylisha or Tylisha? Jay Fromm reminds me of Alex Smith. I don't know what that means. I know who reminds me of Alex Smith from a playing perspective. That would be Joe Burrow. They have the same exact skill set. They throw the ball the same. They got the same athleticism and everything. Yes, a 3. And that might be being generous. This dude is gone, fam. Ensminger as the FSU head coach? Steve Ensminger? He's like 45 years old. He's like 405 years old. They wanted to go there, man. They'd be better off going after Les Miles. Les Miles done changed around his style and everything, man. Y'all tripping. All right, y'all. I think it's time to bounce, man. I gave y'all a lot. We didn't even get the 200 thumbs up. Come on, man. Y'all killing me, man. 200 thumbs up. Even D'Angelo Garrison. I know you can't, you know what I'm saying? Your shit ain't working right, but at least give your boy a thumbs up. You always on my shit complaining. I wouldn't complain if we had feels. You don't have feels. Let this shit go and shut the fuck up. How about that, bro? God dang. That shit is annoying. You don't have feels. Why you still worried about some shit you don't have? Just worry about what you got now. Feels ain't coming back. So what is that going to do for you? Let's get it to a 200. Let's go. 200. 200 thumbs up. And I appreciate everybody out there. Can't get right. That's can't get right from life. Can't get right. What you doing, man? Let's go. Let's get to 200. Let's go. Let's get it. Thumbs up. I appreciate you. Can't get right. We do have Fields. She plays softball now. Shut your ass up. Monty Rice is definitely a savage. 200. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Monty Rice is a savage for sure. All right, one more minute. Let's go. He said block him. Dude, you've been blocked how many times? Like, who? Nobody cares about you, bro. It's not that serious, fam. You can't even spell. You can't spell. We don't know what the hell you talk about. You sound goofy. You worrying about some shit that ain't even there like that. Like, come on, fam. Let's be real here. You got to know your role and shut your mouth, man. Your wish is my command, bro. I gave you way too much rope. I was gonna let you hang. I wanted people to see how dumb somebody can be out there in life. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you. It is what it is. You know what his response was? You ain't shit. You ain't shit. His response was, you ain't shit. But he's on my shit. And I told you before, he's been on my shit for a year and a half. 1 year and a half. He's been talking to me about football, saying this dumbass shit. But I ain't shit. It is what it is. Dude can't even spell. All right. So parents out there, make sure you get your son in proper education. Get them into school, some type of school. Make sure they graduate past go past the second grade, right? You don't want your son to end up like this cornball, goofy, annoying, embarrassing dude like that. Only let him see that so you can see how embarrassing somebody could be on the internet. All right? For sure. Stay mean. No, I'm gonna come back as nice Murph. You ain't shit. Man, y'all crazy, man. All right, y'all. Whitey Panda through the splendid. That dude got split in his tank and all kinds of stuff for sure, man. But all right, y'all. We'll talk about this a little bit more. I'm not sure. I might be back in the next couple of days. We can talk about it. I want you guys to go back and rewatch and really watch intently, watch in detail to see what was going on with Georgia's offense, right? You know the defense is off the even the defense though in the second half. See what was going on with that. You remember the cover two, the dude Pearson, the bracket coverage, right? Over the top of the cornerback in between Richard LeCounte, the safety, hitting that bad boy. Then I'm not sure what they did, what type of coverage they did, if it was a quarters coverage or something like that. Richard LeCounte giving up the touchdown to Jamal Osmond across the formation and stuff like that. So just watch in detail and then give me your pure unbiased assessment. All right. With that being said, I appreciate everybody. Thank you. I might try to get that call-in show popping for a little bit for my boys, though. So make sure you remember, hit that join button, support the movement. We can do it like that. All right. Thank you.